Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph, and today we're doing my very long-awaited, very much requested everyday makeup routine. I haven't done a makeup video in so long. Literally the only comment I get on TikTok is, please do a makeup routine. So that's what this is gonna be today, because my last makeup routine is so outdated and I don't think I use like any of the same products or anything. So I'm gonna be going through the routine I do when I do my makeup. Without further ado, let's just get into it. I'm going to pull my hair back with this headband. I literally can't do my makeup when my hair's in my face. It's so annoying. The first thing I do every single time, I use this primer. It's the Illamasqua Hydra Veil Jelly Primer. This is like my third refill of this. I honestly don't really know what it does, but it feels so good on my skin. So it's literally like clear, I don't know, and I just put that all over. Okay, once that's on, I do another primer step. I don't really know if this does anything, but this is the Wet n Wild BFF Hydrating Brightening Primer Mist. It's literally like SpongeBob themed. It's so cute. And that just makes my skin look a little bit like glowier, and I feel like it makes it like dewy. And then last thing I do to prep my skin is use the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. I am obsessed with this stuff. It's literally just like a liquid highlight, but it's super subtle, but it just makes your skin look literally like glass. Like so pretty. And it's drugstore, so it's cheap too. Like look at that. I always use this when I don't wear makeup and I want to look like I have really like healthy, dewy, glowy skin. Just throw this on with no makeup and you're glowing and amazing and beautiful. And I just like put this literally on all the high points of my face. It becomes more subtle when I put my skin tint over. So that is my face like prepped before I go in with my actual skin products. So this is like my holy grail new like foundation alternative that I'm obsessed with, and it's the Morphe Hint Hint Skin Tint. And I have one in a really light shade and one in a really dark shade. I do this because my skin color is literally always changing. Like I tan super easily, so if I go outside I get tan, but I also get pale really quickly. So I always have two shades and then I mix them, and I swear by it. This product, like the Hint Hint Skin Tint, I think it's like $18. It's like light coverage. Sorry, I'm like mixing it down here, but it completely evens my skin tone, which is what I need. I don't really need like blemish coverage. I need like hyperpigmentation coverage, and this does that so well. I literally just pour that onto a palette and then I mix it until it looks like it's about the shade that I want. I'm really pale right now for me, so I did a little bit less of the darker one. I always feel like a painter when I do this, like mixing paint. Once that's all mixed together, I just take this little brush that I use to mix it and put it on my skin. Is that the right shade? It looks about right. I also have like really yellow toned skin on my body, but my face is more red. In real life, my skin is like very yellow. I always complain about it. It's really hard for me to find foundations. I feel like every foundation is either like orange or pink. So if you have any recommendations for people with like olive yellow tone skin, please let me know. Or if you use this Morphe product and you know which shade is for like yellow undertones, please tell me, because I have not yet figured it out. And then I use my beauty blender with like a flat edge. I love these ones so much more, and I blend that in. I don't use that much of that stuff. It looks like a lot, but I put it on really thin because it honestly blends out a lot, and it's not like it's full coverage anyway, so you don't need too much. Make sure you go down my neck. Oh, and I also make sure my beauty blender is damp. Apparently a lot of people didn't know that, or my cousins didn't know that. And over summer I was like doing their makeup and their beauty blender was like hard as a rock. I'm like, how do you use this? You need to wet it. It makes it so much easier. I don't know if you can see, but that kind of just like evens my skin tone. So once that's all blended in, it's super light. I love, especially for like the heat of Arizona, having like a light foundation is so nice because it doesn't feel like it's like melting off. But I use a full coverage concealer to like kind of like counteract the fact that that skin tint has barely any coverage. And I use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral. And I focus this under my eyes and I just go like this and like a little triangle. Pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. I don't care. And then I blend it down into like a bigger triangle and up as close as I can to my eye, and then I pull out like that. So down and then out, and it makes that kind of shape. I feel like it really lifts my eye, and I just make sure that's really blended in because it's super full coverage. It can look kind of cakey if you don't blend it a lot. Same to the other side. Sorry about the faces I make in this video. Like when I'm doing my makeup, I'm always like with my mouth. Can't really control that. So that's the under eye concealer blended in. I love this concealer so much. I know everyone uses it, but it's like so good. Then I usually just put a dot on my chin like really lightly and on my forehead to like brighten it, and then one on the sides of my nose because the sides of my nose get really red, and on my scar. I have a scar on my upper lip, so I cover that and blend all that out. But I like blend it so it just focuses where I put it. I don't like drag it out as much. And then I usually take the extra and put it on my eyelids because my eyelids are like pretty veiny. So I use like the leftover concealer to cover the veins. But that is like the skin foundation base. I know this is like an unnecessary step, but I really like doing it. I bronze up my skin with the Wet n Wild contour stick. This is in the shade 805. I do this because it just makes me look a little like tanner before I put powder on. I put it really high up on my cheekbones because I want it to like lift my face. Blend that kind of right where I put it. I feel like this just brings the color back and makes me look less flat. I do that on my forehead and on the same spot on the other side. I use powder bronzer too, but I do this first. So that is with like the little bit of cream bronzer. I literally hate the feeling of having like foundation on my lips, so I always take like makeup remover and get all that off my lips before I do powder. Then for powder, I use the Airspun Loose Face Powder. Honestly, this has lasted me so long and it's still not even close to being empty. I haven't even tried another powder in literally like a year, maybe longer. So don't know if this one's good, but it's what I use. And I start off by taking my Morphe M449 brush. It's just like really dense, small brush. And I take some powder and press it under my eyes. It's like an alternative to baking. I don't really like baking for like a long time with a beauty blender, but I do this. And then as soon as I do that, I take a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M106 and I just brush it away. And I kind of just drag that all over my under eye area wherever I put the concealer. And that just locks that in place because my under eyes do crease a lot. And then I take a little bit more powder, put it on the sides of my nose. I put it basically everywhere I concealed. So my chin and my forehead. I kind of just pack that in and then I use the same fluffy brush and I just drag it everywhere else so there's not as much powder everywhere. So that's the powder done, and now that I look all flat and two-dimensional, I go in with powder bronzer. This has been my favorite bronzer for like years, but I ran out and forgot it existed because they changed the packaging of it. But this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I get like a cool tone one that's not as orange, and I love this stuff so much. I focus it above where my natural cheekbone is and go in like small circles and kind of just like do it like not as precise. And then I take a little bit more close to my hairline, not too much on my forehead. I already have like a 2 head and I have like a widow's peak and everything, which just makes my forehead look even weirder, but it's fine. And I just do the same on the other side. So that is with the light bronzer on. Then I go back with my M106 brush and go under where I put that, just to like make sure there's no like fallout down there because you want your cheekbones to be like cut out. Then I contour using my KVD Shade and Light contour palette, and I use this like flat brush and I go into the medium shade in the middle and I kind of just put that a little above, again, where my natural cheekbone line is. And I put barely any on this brush, by the way. And I focus it close to where my hairline is and pull it up and back. And I do the same on the other side. Yes, this is part of the SpongeBob collection, by the way. So funny. So then that kind of looks like that, like a straight line. Don't worry, I don't leave it. Take the same bronzer brush and kind of blend that up and out again. Honestly, my advice and technique is just blending things to make them look natural, even though they're obviously not natural. Then I take this same powder brush I used earlier and I go in with literally any of the top powders. It like depends on the day, but I'm gonna go in with the yellow one today. And then I just go under my contour. And this is just a brightening powder. I think this is literally what it's for. Sorry if you can hear my air conditioning, it just turned on. And then now that that looks like a defined line, I take the same blending brush and kind of just go that again. And this is like my own personal thing. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I literally got this idea from seeing a girl like transform herself into looking like Timothée Chalamet on TikTok like 2 years ago. And I was like, wait, I want to do that in my everyday makeup routine. And it's basically like making these kind of cheekbones like down here, you know, a little bit more prominent. And so I take the same brush and lightly taking the same color and I kind of just put it like here, like that. See how it's like a downward line? And then from the front, it makes you look like you kind of have those cheekbones, you know? You see what that did? It's like bright here, dark here, dark. Makes me feel like a makeup genius when I do that. Then I'm gonna contour my jawline. To be honest, I always forget to do this, but when I really take my time, I'm like, I feel like it makes such a difference, even though it probably doesn't. Again, with this flat brush and the same medium shade, I literally just carve under where my jawline already is. And I use a little bit of product and just blend it all over. Same on the other side. I go under my chin a little and pull it down. This brush honestly has come in clutch. It's from Wet n Wild. This is really unflattering, but to see if it's blended, I literally just give myself a double chin and I go like this and then I look on the side, and if there's like a line, I'll blend it, and if there's not, then it's good. Next step is blush. I use this brush. I have no idea where it's from. I think it's from Ulta, but the like brush completely wore off. I have no idea what it says. Then I use my favorite blush palette ever. It's the Morphe 8W blush palette. The middle ones are perfect. They're like orangey, which I like more than pink blush. And then there's like the matte version and the shimmery version. I usually go for the shimmery one, and I blend these two. And I focus that up here and go like this, like circle near my temple and barely drag it down. I don't pull it all the way down. I focus it up here, and I do the same on the other side. And then in classic Stephanie fashion, I do this after like every step. I take my same fluffy brush and just like blend that a little bit so there's no harsh lines. And so that's the blush on. Oh wait, I totally forgot to nose contour, which is my most crucial step. It's a make or break for the makeup routine, to be honest. I literally swear by nose contouring. If you don't nose contour, start nose contouring. Follow these steps. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that came with one of the palettes. Perfect for nose contouring. I use this side for blending and this side for highlight. Watch and learn. I use the middle shade from the KVD palette again, and I take it down the sides of my nose, but not on the actual like side, but where I wish the middle of my nose was. You know, I create a new middle. So I make it thinner by like bringing the lines inward. I'm gonna try to do it like more prominently so you can see better, and then I'll blend it. But can you see how I'm creating like a new nose? Like my nose was not that skinny 2 seconds ago. I blend it out using the same powder brush as before because it has leftover powder on it, so I feel like it blends it a lot easier. And I kind of just go in circular motions to make sure it's not that defined. Okay, see that? Very subtle, but it's there. Then I pinch this part of the brush so it's like skinny, and I go very thin line under my nose, right here. Again, crucial. This lifts the tip of your nose and kind of makes it look like a button nose. My nose is very, very straight. There's no curve to it at all. So I try to make my own curve. So once that's done, then I do the same thing, pinch the brush again, and this is the most important step. I make a little line in the middle of my nose, right there. So life-changing. If you don't do this, start doing it. Then I kind of just blend it a little. Blend it with the lines I did before. Oh my god, I'm literally obsessed with this. Again, taking that brush, blending the sides and underneath, and that's my nose contour. I'm literally obsessed with nose contour ever since I started doing it in like high school. It changes my whole face, I feel like, and I just can't get enough of it. But then the highlighter makes it even better. I use the Becca Champagne Pop highlighter, and I take that same brush, just the other side, go into the highlighter. This is my Holy Grail highlighter too. It's so good. It makes your skin like look like it's wet. I don't even know, it's just so good. Like you can't tell it's powder. I take that very lightly on this thin brush right there. That's all I do, is like a little line, and then I blend it with my finger down because I don't really like having a really shiny nose. So I do that, then I dip back into the highlighter, and then I make a little dot on the tip of my nose, just a little one, so it looks like this, a little shiny button nose that I didn't have 2 seconds ago. Changes the game, I swear. Start doing it, guys. Now that I'm done with my nose contour, which I'm very passionate about, I take the Morphe M510 brush. It's perfect for highlight, and go right on my cheekbone. You should be able to see like where the light hits you. And then I drag that up into the tail of my eyebrow, like above and under. And then I do the same thing on the other side. Ta-da! Then I just take a little bit and do it on my cupid's bow, like that. My foot is asleep. Oh. Okay, just taking the makeup off my lips again. Now I do my eyebrows, which obviously my eyebrows look very different when I'm done with them. I have a scar through my eyebrow. Hair doesn't grow all under, so I have like a whole surgery to do to make this eyebrow match this one. I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is honestly a great drugstore dupe for the Anastasia brow pencil. So much cheaper, and I've used them both and I feel like they work the exact same. So basically I just use the spoolie side and brush all the product out of my eyebrows. So usually like powder. See how much darker that made my eyebrow. Using the pencil, oh shit, completely hit my camera. Using the pencil side, I fill in the scar area. I just keep going over that until it's covered. Okay, that's what the scar filled in, and then it makes my eyebrow look super dark. So yeah, that's what my eyebrow looks like when my scar is filled in. Then I lightly go into the other one and kind of try to match the shape. See, this one has more of an arc and this one doesn't. So I'll just do that. Just fix this side. Okay, now that that one's a little bit more filled in, this is the most important step of my eyebrows. It's how I make them look fluffy, more natural looking. My eyebrow hairs are super thick, dark, coarse. They don't stay. No matter what I try to do, they don't stay. Until I found this product, and it's a drugstore product, and it's so good. It literally glues my eyebrows in place. It's the NYX, the Brow Glue. That's literally what it's called. I brush my eyebrow hairs up with this. I'm gonna like get closer to the camera so you can see. It doesn't like harden them, but it completely sticks them down. It is life-changing. I've been looking for a product like this that actually worked for so long. So I literally just brush up the hairs. Do you see what's happening? And they don't move all day. I kind of brush up and out. So then it kind of looks like this, like the hairs are kind of up. And then I'm gonna do the same to the other eyebrow. So yeah, if you've been looking for like a brow gel that actually will hold your eyebrows in place, try the NYX brow glue. And there's that eyebrow, which is like completely drawn on and fake. So yeah, those are my like fluffy-ish eyebrows. Now I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I don't really do that much eyeshadow, but I use the Morphe 35F palette. I actually use a different palette every single day because I have so many for no reason. But this one is basically like all shimmery and then a line of like matte browns. I've been loving doing a full shimmery eye, all one color. So using this Morphe M518 brush, it's an eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna just take like a shimmery shade, like here, and put it on my lid, like that. So that's like a lighter shimmer. Then I'm gonna take a darker one, it's probably this one, and go like above sort of in my crease, blending it with what I already put on with the lighter shade and taking it all over my eye. I used to be into doing like super complex cut crease eyeshadow looks, but recently I've just been super into this more like all over shimmery one color, I guess two color on my lid. And it looks like you like did a complex eyeshadow look with like shimmer, but really you just blended two shimmery shadows together and it looked good. Now that my eyeshadow is done, usually do my fake freckles. I don't do freckles every day. It kind of depends on my mood, but I'm gonna show you what I do use. Do I wanna do them today? I'll do them. I use the Lottie London Freckle Tint in the shade Light. It is literally meant to make fake freckles. It looks like this. You literally, wait, can you see that? Beauty guru moment. It's literally like a paintbrush and you dot it on. You could do like small dots, big dots, whatever, all over the place. And I kind of do this all over. Oh, don't worry, it doesn't look that dark. You have to blend it. Trust the process. So yeah, that's what they look like before I blend them. And then I take my middle finger and dab over them. And it kind of like stamps new freckles, blends in the ones you already have. Once I've done blending, they'll kind of get a lot more subtle. And I take my highlighter brush and whatever was left over on there, I'll put back because I kind of just blended it away. But yeah, those are the fake freckles on. Then I do a little winged liner. I use the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I kind of just look down and do a line straight out where my eyelash would be. And I do it small and then I go onto my lash line and connect it, focusing it on the outer part of my eye. And then I do the same thing. My tip for eyeliner is keep your eyes open because your eye shape changes when it's open and closed. You want it to look good while your eyes are open. Then I do mascara. I do use fake eyelashes usually because I hate putting on mascara. It's so much work. But I'm gonna first go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. Everyone uses this, I feel like. I just bought it. I love the wand on it. And I'm gonna do a few coats of that. I also never ever curl my eyelashes. Okay, so I just did like one quick coat of that mascara. If you don't like doing fake eyelashes, you could just skip the next step, but I do fake eyelashes on the outer corner of my eye just because I feel like it gives me a more cat eye effect. One thing that really annoys me is how like tiny my eyes are. And so I like trying to make them look like elongated and bigger. So the first thing I do to do that is use the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and Definitely Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shine Eyeliner. It's a white eyeliner. I don't know why that name is so long. And I do that on my bottom waterline. So that's what that looks like. I feel like it really opens my eyes up. I also go back to the Morphe eyeshadow palette and I take like the lightest, whitest shade and I go right into my inner corner of my eye. Again, I feel like that brightens up my eyes a lot more, opens them up more, exactly what I'm going for. And then I do my fake eyelashes. Unfortunately, I took the packaging off my eyelashes, so I have no idea what these are. I know that they're Ardell Faux Mink. I think they're the Wispies. It doesn't matter though, because these ones aren't even my faves that I've used. But basically, I cut them, so it's just like the outside, like, you see that? I literally cut the eyelash like in half and I just used the long part on the outside, glue it on the outside of my eye. I use the Duo lash adhesive. I usually don't use this. I usually use it's brush on adhesive and it's like blue and turns white, but they didn't have that at the store, so I have the normal one. So I just put a very tiny amount of glue on there and then I let it almost completely dry. Like when you touch it, it should like stick to your finger. It makes it so much easier for me to put on. I'm gonna wait for this to get super tacky and then I'll show you me putting it on. Okay, it's pretty dry now. I do it with just with my fingers, not a tweezer or anything. I hold it like upside down like this and place as close to my lash line as I can. And then that's what it will look like. I feel like there's such a difference in my eye shape with it on versus with it out. I love how both sides look. Like, I'd be fine just wearing mascara, but I just think the eyelash adds so much to a look. Like, if I want it to be a little bit more glam. If I was going for a more natural look, I would stop there and this would be my look. And then I take the same eyeliner and I run it over the top of the lash band. That kind of just helps it blend in more and covers the glue. Just put on the other eyelash off camera, and now I'm gonna do my bottom eyelashes. I have really, really long bottom eyelashes, so I don't like to put a lot of mascara on them. I just put a little bit to like darken them up a little bit. So I actually use a brown mascara for my bottom eyelashes. This is the Ayeko Black Magic Mascara in the shade Cocoa Edit. It has like a curved wand. It's perfect for my bottom lashes. And I put a very little bit focusing on my outer bottom lashes. So that's about all I do for bottom mascara. Just adds a little bit of darkness under my eyes. And then it's time for the last step, which is lips. It looks like I have no lips right now, so let's change that. Today I'm gonna use the NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Natural. It's kind of more of an orange shade. And then I'm gonna go in like my Cupid's bow and under my lips with the lip pencil in the shade Natural, so they're the same shade, but give a little bit of a different color and effect because they're different products. I'm gonna take this and line my whole lips. And then I just kind of blend that together like by doing that. Then I take the pencil version, I'm almost out of it, so tiny, and I go in my Cupid's bow and darken it up just because I like to have like rounded shape lip. And then I just drag that down the sides, still not overlining. I don't really overline anymore. And then do the same on the bottom. And that's what my lip liner looks like. Then with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi, there's like a little bit of extra something. And that's my lip combo that everyone always asks for. If I do use a gloss, I literally just put a clear gloss over that. So that's that. So now I'm gonna set my face. I use Stella Mosque, I still don't know how to say this brand, Hydra Setting Spray. And then my face is like super wet, so I wait for that to dry. Okay, take my headband off. And that's my finished makeup look. This is the one you see on my Instagram, on my TikTok, in all of my videos. I do the same thing every single day. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. I hope this answered all your questions you have about my makeup routine. If you have any questions about my makeup look, comment them down below and I'll definitely be answering as many questions as I can. And I'll also try to like list things in the description for you. But yeah, this is my makeup look. I just posted a picture on Instagram with this look. If you want to go check it out, you can. Go follow me on there. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm hoping to do a bunch more videos like this, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye!